11, lesson 6, and some of this will be a little bit of a review if you watch some of the other videos. Before I mentioned the palm mute, but it wasn't actually part of the lesson. This time it's actually the meat of the lesson, so the palm mute. And we're going to also do our shuffle. We learned it before in A. This time we're going to do it in E. It's a very similar left hand motion, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my left hand. Before we start with our first finger on the 4th string, now we're going to start with our first finger on the 5th string because we're in the key of E. So the basic hand motion is, and I'm strumming all down, and I'm using my 1st and 3rd finger, and I'm using a swinging 8th note. But what we'd like to do with this particular one is to go ahead and apply the palm mute to this. So the palm mute, I'm using this fatty part of my hand that's underneath my little finger on my right hand. And it's going to be at the very end of the string, not up here, and not past the string, but right at the very end. And it's a very light pressure, and there's definitely, you're just going to have to try it, do a little trial and error to get the sound right. Here's what we want it to sound like. Where we have a little bit of resonance. If you push too hard and move your hand forward, it's just going to kill it. And you get none of that low end. If I go too far back, so there's a sweet spot there. And once you get that sound, you're good to go. You're going to move it over a little when we get to the A chord, back to the E chord. In this particular song, instead of doing the shuffle rhythm on the B7, we're going to just actually play the B7 chord. And I'm only strumming the bass 3 string. Then we're going to go back to the shuffle. That's in measure 9 and 10. Okay, so here we go. From the beginning, with feeling. 1, 2, ready, play. E7 chord, A shuffle, E. And then of course we'll repeat as much as we want. There are a million variations of the 12-bar blues, so if you wanted to try and put some of those variations to it, like that quick 4 chord on measure 2, that'd be great. All right. So practice the 12-bar shuffle, and we will see you at lesson 7.